Welcome to another week of Ether Raids. We are starting off a light season against Jonathan here, and nothing better than an Edelgard player to start off the week. That's exactly what we're going to do. Let's see what we can try to break through this one. Here we go. Basically what the plan is to just go up and smack everything one by one, and then pretty much just get out of here. So, hold on, let me just put this together. Hold on. Alright, so pretty much the only obstacles here is the ice terrain. I'm just looking for a point of entry right now. Aside from the ice, probably gonna have to break maybe one of these structures. I'm thinking maybe we do Robin. So that means breaking the armored school. And that should be a good point of entry, and then that should allow us to get pretty much everyone else. So that feels like the course of action to take there. But yeah, should be a pretty straightforward map. It does give us some time to set up, so that's nice. Everything is all boxed in, real nice. So don't have to go too far away, and then yeah, should be able to get this up and running pretty quickly. But enough waffling aside, I just finished pulling on the banner, so this is like right after pulling on the ninja banner. Did I talk about the ninja banner trailer in the last video before the season, or was it not out yet? Was it? No, it wasn't out yet, was it? Oh, no, I didn't make a video. Or by the time that you're seeing this, it won't matter. But I did make a video. I did not make a video when the trailer came out. So this is Tuesday or Wednesday. Is this Wednesday? I think this is Wednesday because I skipped Tuesday. Tuesday was the first day, so I skipped Tuesday. This is Wednesday. So yeah, the banner came out. When I first saw the banner, what was I most interested in? I was most interested in Tharja because she had fantastic art. Yeah, so Tharja looked really, really good. And then outside of that, the next thing that I was like most definitely looking at was like the duel, of course, the duel hero. And I was like, this looks interesting in terms of the matchup versus Fjorm. I thought it was pretty interesting that they went with a bow unit instead of like a mage as the dual option. It gave me a little bit, or rather, some shades of dual leg yarn. That's immediately the thought that I had once I saw that on the trailer. But luckily, I mean, well, future me now knows that it's nothing like leg yarn. I was worried that it was going to be a slow bow unit, which means that they would not have been able to take out Fjorm. And then it would have also meant that the fast unit would have been Tharja. But because Tharja is red, I don't think that's going to... I haven't tested that yet, actually. I mean, even if she does outspeed Fjorm, she's probably just not going to do enough damage to actually make it matter because of the color disadvantage. So immediately my first thought was, this looks like a dual leg yarn situation again. And also I kind of was like okay with it because Fjorm like just came out like a couple weeks ago, so I kind of felt that it would have been warranted to not power creep her completely so quickly. So like I would have been okay with that, just to give her until like December. It was interesting that they were showing the dual unit taking out Amelia, and I was like, whoa. But also I kind of forgot that Amelia had the Clever Fighter, which is one of the things that prevents her from getting doubled. So that's a speed check, which means that the unit may or may not have been fast. That was my thought process into it. But now that the banner's out and we got the stats and everything, the speed spread is pretty decent. Nothing to complain about. Really just gotta go into testing and see how they perform into Fjorm. Immediate thoughts are, I don't think they'll be able to kill Fjorm consistently, and that's a good thing. I feel like it looks like it's a little bit balanced, or in terms of power level it's balanced, but I gotta do some more testings just to see. But you all would have known by now. GG's. Let's play one more. Okay, so our second match of the day is against Camilla. Let's get this started. Pretty much here, this is the team that I have like put together. Remember, like last light season, I was saying that my light teams are trash. I think I only had the save team and the Edelgard team, and I was really just struggling between those two to try to get them to work, especially the save team, because the same team had Ascended Fjorm and she doesn't still have Shield Fighter, so if she gets hit with a Brave hit, she's kind of done for. So that was really the teams that I was working with. So I said, I had said that I needed to build some new teams, and luckily, the Ninja Banner came in time, so I was able to put together this team. I had in mind that what's her name? Jeez. Uller would have been in the spot that Bernadetta's in, but I decided that since I haven't been using Bernie, and I really like since CYL came out, I haven't really found a spot for her outside of SD, where she's definitely an SD unit. She's very, very good in SD, but outside of that, I really wanted to like make the most of her. So this is me using Bernadetta, and I think she's found a spot on this team. I just have to stick her in the corner to start off with, away from the healing tower, just so that she can get all of her effects going. And also, the last spot on this team, I was really contemplating between either a Dancer or Rearmed Marianne. And the reason that I didn't put Rearmed Marianne in is because, as you can see from the team configuration, Fallen Maria is here, and Fallen Maria gives the 99 healing after the combat. The problem with that is it messes up any form of Wings of Mercy strat that you may have with your initiator, which was the whole plan, or I was kind of leading down that avenue or that direction with bringing Rearmed Marianne into the fold, and I was really trying to get it to work. I even gave Golveg, like in testing, I gave Golveg Fury just to get some chip damage in, but because I needed the Flared Sparrow because of Ice Stirring, which is what you see right here, I needed the Flare Sparrow, so I couldn't give her double Fury, which means that I just couldn't use Marianne, because Wings of Mercy 4 or 3, neither of them would work, since my units typically, or these units when they're initiating, they typically don't take any damage unless it's against someone like, let's say, Fjorm with Hardy Bearing, and none of that really, I didn't really come across any of that, so it was really a challenge to put the team together. At one point, I even gave Summer Ymir a try, but she didn't give any stats the way that, or she only gives defense and res, whereas Fallen Maria gives +4 to all stats within a drive range, which is just overall better. You want the extra numbers to help you out with doing damage. The majority of the time, you won't need the extra stats, but it's good to have. But yeah, the other option would have been Ymir, Summer Ymir, or even just base Ymir, I guess. Either one of them would be fine. The only issue is, or in that scenario, I would have been able to use Rearmed Marianne because I don't get the 99 healing after Fjorm hits or after the combat. It would just be a miracle, that's all. It would just be a miracle, and that's all. And then I'd be able to warp in with Rearmed Marianne and then get a daisy chain going. I'd have some type of Wings of Mercy beacon in the form of Bernadetta, who is typically going to be the initiator on this team. Yeah, so that was going to be the plan. But then when I saw the banner and I saw Crom or Lucina, I was like, that looks spicy. So I figured this is probably the offense is probably the best place to use this Lucina. The thing about using her on defense is that a lot of her offensive capabilities, her attack power, her plus true damage, all of that comes from her using the assist, and it's very difficult to get her, or it will be very difficult to get her to use that assist on defense because of positioning. A lot of times she might just end up attacking without using the assist, and you don't want that because that means her damage is cut, like not even half, but like by a lot. Um, like I was testing her attacking into Fjorm without the Future Sight versus with the Future Sight is a massive difference. The plus 10 true damage from the B skill also helps out a ton. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Exposure versus Sabotage, I think personally Sabotage is miles better in my opinion. But the plus 10 true damage for a brave weapon does help out a ton. So she really needed that there. So yeah, definitely hugely important to have this unit on offense. I don't think, or maybe someone will be able to figure it out how to get them to use their positional assist, which is a swap, on defense to get it to work consistently. It's going to be very hard. I'm just realizing here that they don't have, like how Shadow Shift, after Shadow Shift you can cancel. If you have the Sigurd Ring, I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do that, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So let's get them out with the reposition here, just to be safe. But yeah, not the best IVs. I had to trade food to get plus attack, or I chose plus attack because brave weapon, low might. I figured plus attack would probably be the best thing.
Target.
Didn't know what seals, because I'm kind of stretched thin with the seals that I'm using currently. So I went with life and death, even though I don't think it's necessarily the best for them. But anyways, what was I saying? I was saying the banner, some defense. Maybe someone out there will figure out how to get them to work on defense with the swap actually mattering, but it's very hard. It's I want to compare them to Baby Dual Robin, but it's nowhere close in terms of how challenging it will be to get that assist to go off consistently. And then the damage output is just miles different, so different. I think at some point I might drop the Shadow Shift. I don't necessarily think it's like the greatest thing in the world. Maybe I'll go for like a Inside It or something, since they can 3 spaces. I don't know, attack and speed. I don't know, maybe it'll be good. That's to be determined. But for now, it's there, and we'll see how it works out for this week. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that next week is Chaos Season, because I feel like we've gotten 4 weeks of these dragon units, which is kind of rare. I don't think we typically get 4 weeks. It's usually 3. And then they switch, but this one feels like it's been 4. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's been 4 weeks. But yeah, anyways, I think they're a very good unit. I'm gonna have a ton of fun testing them out. I'm gonna see if the Sigurd Ring changes something here. Alright, so I've added the Sigurd Ring to Duo Lucina. I just want to see if I can get, I want to Shadow Shift and then cancel. I don't want to Shadow Shift and then nothing else happens. I want to Shadow Shift and then cancel. So let's see if I'm able to do that with the Sigurd Ring or no. And worst case scenario, we still get the extra true damage or extra damage with the Sigurd Ring as well, just because movement. So yeah, it's either that or, well, no, there's no way I would give them the Celica Ring because Golvig needs that for movement. So I don't think there's any other ring that I would really give to them. Yeah. So yeah, Sigurd Ring for now. Let's see how the rest of the week pans out with it. This is a really tough defense in the sense of its layout. It's going to be difficult to get up there and get back, or just to get up there and go all the way in. I'm currently trying to think of a strategy to do that. Plus 10 Marnie here. Congratulations. I went to plus 7 on mine because I'm not in possession of all of the grails to complete the plus 10, so I'll wait on the remaining copies. She should get a rerun somewhere around January or so. They typically do like that big festival where they give out the spear copies, so I'm just going to wait until then before I finish her. And also Pinette. I have no more grails, so yeah, problems. But luckily, that was my last grill project, just those two, and I did enough to get them completed. So, yeah, hopefully there's only one, well, lies, there's a bunch of banners left between now and next year. So, but hopefully I'll have enough grills to invest into another one. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to go on turn one because of the amount of structures that I have to break to initiate on the team. And also, I'm pretty sure that those two traps in front of Felix are real. They make the most sense. I think we have to go with Bernadetta to take out Nagi here. So that's going to be the play because weapon triangle. I'm not sure if Lucina will win that matchup, but I'm 100% sure that Bernie will do it, especially since it's not shield fighter. What else? Traps.
I see.
Low-key gravity is going to be a problem. Surprised that... well, actually not surprised. I didn't realize that it's only one status effect that Hearthvelger gives out, which is the +1 movement. So Loki isn't that much of a problem for her, but in conjunction with like the rest of the mythics for this season, let's say Asker, it could potentially become a problem. So let's see how that shapes up. Fallen Maria is really like the fulcrum of this team, but
At your command.
like I said before, she is replaceable. You could have Ymir there. I think if you're gale forcing, like if you have Wings of Mercy plays, Ymir would probably be better. But she stats, attack stat, speed stat, Fallen Maria gives all of those things, so it just works out to my advantage to use her here.
At your command.
And even if there was like, let's say, a situation where Ather was involved, you could still get around that by just ending turn, and you'd still get the miracle effect. And also a dance. You would need a dance to get around it, or like Duo Lucina could also get around it with their positional swap because it does cleanse debuffs or penalties. Well, both status effect and red and blue stats. Plan here: break the catapults, initiate with Bernie, and then have Golveg go to town. Although I do foresee some problems in terms of positioning as we go along. I've mapped it out to be able to take out Felix, but like I said, the trap below Felix is more than likely real, and I'd have to break the ice. I'm hoping that the flame terrain will hit there, and I'll be able to go in somehow there as well. I don't know. Let's see how that happens, but that's definitely the main idea that I have that I've put together so far. I don't know how I'm gonna get on the traps, how I'm gonna get on and off of the traps to be able to get all the way in though. But for now, I just want to get rid of the first trap. The fact that this positional assist gives out Canto 2, future sighted or future whatever it is, the fact that it gives out Canto 2 is actually massive. And the special acceleration, I don't know, it's not really acceleration, it's special cooldown, +1, is actually really beneficial. Well, of course, I mean, dual Crom was a thing, so that definitely ages well. But having that on a range cav is phenomenal. Really like that there. I saw some people thinking that Miracle was probably Duo Lucina's best build. Kind of similar to how Bernadetta performs with Miracle, but I've had Bernadetta fail to kill Fjorms with Miracle. You're better off running Curse Shot or Deadeye in both situations, in my opinion. You really want that special proc to get the extra damage. It helps out. It may not seem like a lot, but it really does help out. Missing a kill by, let's say, 2 versus actually being able to take out the unit. I think this should be good enough. Let me map out how I'm going to get up here. Reposition Peony, Dance, Warp. Okay, I expected that. Unfortunately, no one here clears hex traps. There isn't a way for me to get 10 more unless I Summoner Support. Well, actually, no, 16. No one is even close to getting the 16, so mean, I could get 5 more on, but then Fallen Maria isn't initiating combat, so that doesn't really matter. So just gonna have to hop on and hop off. That's more than likely gonna have to be the strategy. Okay, alright, so we're gonna initiate from below the Dark Shrine and then get going that way, and then we'll see how this pans out. That aside, I really like the Lucina unit. She's very good. Did a couple rounds of testing with her. She is heavily dependent on her speed to win that Fjord matchup. If she's not getting the quad, she's not going to win. And it's kind of, I think it's, like I said before, highly similar to Bernadetta. And I think that's fantastic design. There we go, real trap. Let me get this. Oh, 3. I was hoping I'd get that actually.
Don't be seen.
This is challenging.
Let's take out... I think we're gonna have to take out Felix first, even though that wasn't my original plan, but I think we're gonna have to do that. Yeah, we're gonna have to take out Felix first. Maybe if I had Fury with Resonance, then I could actually get into Wings of Mercy range. But that's like, what, 4?
Into the surf.
Typically, plus... 6, that's 10. 3 initiations, 30 damage, 50 to 20. Should be Wings of Mercy by the time... Oh! That's not a bad idea, actually.
Don't be seen.
I'll consider that in the future. But for now, we should be good to go with just like all the actions that we have. What do I do here? I'm kind of boxed in. The ice is in the way. Maybe I should have given Bernadetta Flared Sparrow as well, because then I think the ice would have... Well, I would have gotten a... is it horizontal or vertical? I would have gotten a vertical ice fire thing to remove the ice, but then also that trap is 100% real, but then I could have canceled onto the trap, so there's that as well. Improvements to the team. Flared Sparrow for Bernadetta, but she doesn't really need it. Well, it's not about need. I think I prefer her having the Verge of Death, because she really wants to have... She really doesn't want to have the penalties on her attack stat in player phase. It's not like she can neutralize penalties during combat, I don't think, so
We mustn't get lost.
it's better off to have the Verge of Death, I think. Especially since she's going to be tucked away in the corner
You're
and
all right.
typically won't be getting any support. I think it's better off for that to be the skill. Maybe I should have initiated with Lucina instead. Should I have initiated with Lucina instead? Swap. And then attack. And then have Bernadetta take out Felix. But I think the ice would still have been there, no? I could be wrong. I don't know. The position of the flame terrain is so confusing to me. Sometimes it's diagonal, sometimes it's vertical, sometimes it's horizontal. I don't know. It confuses me quite a bit. But I feel like I'm running into a corner here with this particular... Because after I take out Triandra here, I don't have a way to get to Loki. And it's looking like it's going to be a problem. I mean, I could break the ice, but as I said, I'm pretty sure that trap is real. So let's break the Dark Shrine here. Maybe I can warp there. If not, then I'm all out of ideas. I have no more ideas. Oh, you know, I should have broken the... But then he wouldn't have been able to move, so it wouldn't have mattered. I was thinking maybe I should have broken since I got my Kanto back, but he would have been stuck on the terrain and the ice terrain, and then on the trap, and then he wouldn't have been able to move, so that doesn't work for me. Okay, I can't warp. Yeah, alright. This sucks. Yeah, this is a loss. I wanted to go above Bernadetta there. That would have been the best position,
We
but
mustn't get lost.
Golvig is now stuck. Maybe I should have initiated... Maybe I should have broken the healing tower first. Or beforehand, before going all the way in here. That probably would have been the better play. So close here. Yeah, I think I definitely could have done this one a lot better. But that's okay. Third attempt using this team, or at least third attempt with the new unit. So it's to be expected, making mistakes. But let's play another one. It's still I still got all my matches, so let's play another one. GG's. Okay, all right, we got another easygoing one here. This one we should be able to get through it pretty quickly. I think I was saying before, performance-wise, I think Edelgard is just going to eat this up. This is going to be so easy for Edelgard. I want to bring back Summer Edelgard, but it has to be whenever either Asker has to be bonus or Peony has to be bonus, because I can only run, like, those two mythics have to be on the team. Well, Asker isn't... I want to keep Asker, so it has to be either Asker or Peony as the bonus unit, and then I can bring Summer Edelgard back, because I gave her Armored Blaze, and she is fantastic with Armored Blaze. It's just 2 actions, you don't get the 3rd action, but it helps out a lot in her killing capability, so I do want to bring her in and just show her off for a little bit, but I don't know, that's going to be sometime in the future. But Lucina, very good, comparable to Bernadetta. I like that their power level is around the same, and it's not like a huge swing in them versus Fjorm. I like that pretty much they have to waste an action to be able to then take on Fjorm. You typically have to use the future sided for them to be able to put out enough damage to get that Fjorm matchup going. So yeah, that's a good thing. I really like that, because it's kind of the similar conditions for Bernadetta. Bernadetta typically needs to get Paranoia and the chip damage to get going in that matchup against Dual Fjorm. So that's some longevity for Dual Fjorm, as well as Amelia, who's, I feel like the cutoff bar for like good armored units is kind of at Amelia now. Ascended Amelia, whereas before it was at what's her name? Myr. It was at Myr, Valentine's Myr. But now Amelia seems to be the cutoff, which is understandable. Time has passed. It's not that Myr isn't good. It's just that maybe you need she's just not living the quad hits, man. I mean, even when I gave her Shield Fighter, she still doesn't live the quad hits, so I don't know, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I'm wondering if I can switch her to offense, because I realized that I've been using her significantly less on defense. It hasn't been it's pretty much just been Fjorm, which is kind of not a good thing, because it makes defense a bit predictable in terms of knowing what to bring and who to counter. But Dual Fjorm is just so good, it's difficult to leave her out, you know, so I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, really love the power level of the Lucina. I haven't done like a lot of testing with Fardra yet. I'm still like leveling her up, but I really like her design and kit and overall what she does. And then there's Celine, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with her, but I think she's cool. I like the fact that she's a blue unit, so we'll see how that pans out. And I'll probably go back on the banner to try to get Diamants, but GG's.